이거 저기 아미차죠, 아미.
Army, no. That is North Korea. Very formal. There's a army check. 100 meters and then we'll have to walk.
What's your name?
I cannot actually believe we're here and we're gonna see North Korea.
We've spent the last couple of months exploring Korea in our UK camper van, and it's fair to say that Korea has definitely exceeded our expectations. From the kindness we've received to the wonderful food and magical temples, many of the places were recommendations from our friend Juan. So before we start getting ready to travel to the next country, we've still got a couple more of Juan's special places to visit, including our first glimpse into North Korea. If life was predictable, it would cease to be life and would be without flavour. Eleanor Roosevelt. Good morning. Not the prettiest place we've stayed, but it's practical. We slept here at this little rest stop by the highway. But today we are continuing our journey north as we get ready to ship Trudy, our van, to Malaysia.
Yay! The journey adventure continues.
So we'll get the map on the side of the van, show you where we are, show you where we're heading. After seeing the T, we've driven north and we're here. This morning we're just heading slightly inland to a very unique and cool temple that we wanted to see on the way north. And then basically we're going to be heading north, up past Seoul, right up to this little, top of this little island here, so we can get a glimpse into North Korea. As Juan said, there is an observatory there, which on a clear day, you can actually see people in North Korea, so we thought that would be quite interesting. That puts us in the perfect location to get Trudy ready for shipping, because we're shipping her from Incheon. Whew, not long now. It's a little bit cloudy today. For a change, the sun's gone in. Okay, we're just stopping to top the fuel up. Because we're shipping soon, we have to be careful that we keep it under a quarter of a tank when we drop it off to the shipping company.
It's like a game, isn't it, of guessing?
Otherwise, we're going to end up finding ourselves driving up and down the highway trying to burn the fuel before we drop it off. These service stations are always a challenge because they're actually self-service and you can never read the pump, and half the time they don't take our card. See, another thing that's interesting is diesel has been a different color in every station. It's been green, it's been yellow, and this station is blue and black.
Yeah.
So don't assume in Korea that it's the same color. It's not standard in every station, which is already confusing. See, that blue one does not say diesel. That blue one says diesel, but it's a green pump. I pressed the English button and now it's all gone into Korean.
주유량을 선택하여 주세요.
That I have no idea.
영수증이 나올 때까지 카드를 빼지 말아주세요.
How's that?
카드를 익혀주세요. 그리고 주유하세요.
Oh, it's worked.
And it's definitely, oh yeah, it's definitely diesel.
It worked.
주유기에 걸어주시고
Hopefully it's diesel. I feel like I've achieved something today. It's the first time I've managed to fill up a Korean pump on my own.
Yeah, if Mastermind had a category
We
of
did it.
etiquette at toll booths and petrol stations, I think we've mastered it.
Marianne just spotted a snake.
A big snake.
A big snake?
Big snake.
Where? On the road?
It was going across the road.
No, couldn't find it, but that is the first snake. I didn't see it you saw, how big was it?
About that long
Oh, a couple of foot.
and about that thick. And it
Ooh.
was black and it was like.
Eee. So many flowers and farming and all these traditional buildings. It's lovely here. We're driving up towards the mountains and I'm just loving the style of these little villages. Got loads of chilies growing there, bright red chilies. They're ready for harvesting. Oh, this is lovely. Okay, that's the end of the road. So the temple, we got no idea how far it is, but I've just spotted on top of that hill there is a structure. There you go, so that's a map of the area. We're here and the temple we're heading to is here. But this whole area is huge for hiking. I mean, they got huge hikes. Yeah, I think we've only probably got a mile or so to walk this morning. All these restaurants at the bottom as you walk up. Looking at this number of car parks on the way up, I know this place would be rammed during high season, but it is low season at the moment and it's a weekday. And autumn is here. The leaves are falling off the trees. 안녕하세요. We've got this image of pork ribs over the fire. Pork is a massive thing. And then look at that. Pork ribs smoking there. Oh, I bet that's lovely. We try a morning donut.
We don't normally have breakfast, but this very lovely lady just shouted over, I have donuts and ginseng.
So these are ginseng, these are the donuts. It's like a flaky, crispy, it's a cross between a croissant and a donut by the looks of it.
It is. And you know it's love because I shared my donut.
Almost like churros.
Oh, that is good.
As we continued walking, we came across a traditional temple. This isn't the one Juan told us to visit. That's still a bit of a walk. But we couldn't walk past this one without stopping for a quick look. As we're walking through the trees here, we've noticed all these dangling lights and all these lights all the way along here. This would be beautifully lit up at night, I think. They've got this long zigzaggy walkway all the way up next to the one that we've just walked up, and it must be for wheelchairs so that it reduces the steepness of the path. We've just spotted another temple, I believe it is, right up on top of a cliff face behind us, the opposite direction to where we're going. But it's obviously such a peaceful, natural area that they build these structures for worship. Unlike the last temple hike we did I've actually remembered to put bug spray on today.
These are different bugs. They're little like midges that you would get in Scotland, and they buzz around your eyes trying to suck your eyeball juice.
It does feel like that. They're after a bit of eyeball juice sweetness.
Horrid.
Just spotted a big golden carp feeding there. We just come across some stone stacking here, and then look at this. That is some serious stone stacking. See, that's a bit of a tongue twister. This is one of the things that makes this temple so unique, is that there's some seriously large and impressive stone stacks. It's so impressive. They got big rocks in a circle filled with little rocks in the joints, and it's just formed this. There's no cement. That is just a natural stack. The guys just pointed and said they just saw a snake come off the path. We're just waiting to see if the snake comes out again. I've always had this weird fascination about snakes, and when I was a kid I actually used to have a pet garter snake. So yeah, whenever I see a snake from a distance, I'm always interested to see it. But yeah, 10 minutes we didn't see it. We tried.
We're not having a pet snake intruding.
No, we're not.
No.
감사합니다.
So we've come the end of the walkway. There's another entrance. You pay to come in now. So yeah, it was 3,000 won each. And I've just noticed that as you come in all the way along the cliff face there, there's lots of golden Buddhas. So I think the temple we're looking for should be this way. Oh wow, I can just see it coming around the corner. Wow, we've seen many temples during our time here in Korea, but looking up the valley, I soon realized that none of them are like this one. One, you've done it again. So just coming up, look, you can see all the stacking of the stones here already. The rock face is very unusual, and then it leads up to this magnificent structures here. Look at this huge, amazing bell and drum here that would echo out over the valley when hit. This literally blows you away. The history of the Tapsa Temple started way back in 1885, when a mysterious 25-year-old man called Lee Gap-young arrived at Mount Maizan. Lee spent the next 30 years living alone in the mountains. Much of his time was spent meditating, and during those years, he single-handedly built 108 stone pagodas. Much later in life, Lee was ordained as a monk, and the grounds became a Buddhist temple. You can still see 80 of the original stone pagodas that he built all those years ago. And that's a depiction of the monk who built it. We've climbed nearly to the top, and looking back in the holes in the cliff face, I'm not sure how they were created, but I've spotted that there's some stone stacking going on in some of those holes. I mean, how did anybody get up there? And how are they still standing? And then right at the top is the Pièce de la Résistance, the Heaven and Earth Stone Tower. They are huge and they're all merged into one. That's just so impressive, and it's nice to see the diggers at the back maintaining the grounds and keeping it for future generations. When we were heading to Korea, we got a few messages from people that say it was all built up and you're just going to see lots of temples and it all gets a bit the same. But I disagree. Not only have we found nature here in Korea, but what I love is that every temple has a different energy, a different feel, and a completely different atmosphere. This one in the valley here with all the rocks is so different to the one by the ocean and the crashing waves, and the ones that we hiked up in the mountains with the waterfalls. Definitely check them out and make your own mind up.
안녕하세요.
예, 방금 만났어.
안녕하세요.
Our thermometer was in the windscreen, but it's aired out. It's too hot to even know, and I know that it goes over 50, so that means it's over 50 in the van.
Let's get that aircon on.
I need to open the doors. Right, north towards Seoul we go.
My glasses are steamed up, it's so hot.
Always makes me smile on the roadworks. You got all these figures waving you to stop. They're all dummies, and they always make you think. I always think it's a real person every time I see one. Never seen that anywhere else before.
Never seen that anywhere else.
Good morning. We made it up just south of Incheon and stayed in this rest stop last night. Rained a little overnight. It's a little bit overcast today, but the plan this morning is we're going to do the last push up right to the north. So let's hit the road and face a bit of Seoul rush hour traffic. Might take a while if the traffic continues like this. This is the queue for the toll booth to come off the motorway. The sun's trying to come out.
안녕하세요.
We eventually arrived at the toll booth, but paying wasn't as quick as it normally was.
하셔도 돼요. 이거 저기 아미 차죠, 아미.
Army, no.
아니에요? 여기 이거 차량 번호가.
I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah,
I think we created a bit of a queue behind.
we have. Yeah, they're all falling behind us.
I'm not sure why it's taking so long, but she eventually let us pay.
감사합니다.
Thank you. That took 5 minutes to get through the toll booth. I think there's a few disgruntled people behind us, but yeah, I'm not sure what the complication was. It might be that we spent the night in the rest stop, or it might be the number plate. But anyway, we're through and we're carrying on up. Okay, the petrol lights come on again. As we said, because we're shipping, we've got to make sure we don't have more than a quarter of a tank by the time we ship. So we're just going to put 25,000 won in and see what happens. Okay, it's just over a quarter, so that should see us up there. We might have to do another little top up, but it's definitely best to keep it lower rather than higher, because you can add, but you can't take it out. So we did look online about this place, this observatory we're going to go and get an insight into North Korea. And some people said you had to take a tour, and some people implied they did it as a self-drive. So we're not sure whether we're actually going to be able to get there without going on a tour, but we'll find out. Either way, we should be able to hopefully get a glimpse of North Korea. The sun's gone, the clouds are back out again.
We're in Seoul! We're in Seoul, Korea!
Who would have thought we'd ever be driving our van through Seoul, Korea? But welcome to Seoul, everybody.
Wow, this is mad. This is madness.
Slightly nervous that it's a 3-metre height restriction and Trudy's
But that's the thing.
289.
Yeah, we know that she's under that,
But it still makes you hold your breath.
What is
Holy moly. There's probably literally like 10 centimetres play above Trudy at the moment. Maybe go a bit slower, love. I'm feeling a little bit.
It's bizarre, isn't it? Because you know that it fits, but I think it's because...
Just.
Well, I think it's because all the tunnel, it's all closed in.
This tunnel is going on for literally miles and miles, and there's still no end. It seems to be going all the way through the city. That's quite an impressive structure. We're out. That tunnel was somewhere between 4 and 5 miles long. Mad.
God, this is very official.
Very formal. There's a army check. Hello.
안녕하세요.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Chris and Marianne Fisher.
Excuse me. Wait. What's your first name?
Christopher.
Christopher's first.
Fisher, family
Fisher
name.
is family.
First name. Hey.
Marianne.
Marianne.
My wife,
yeah.
Marianne Fisher.
What's your phone number?
Phone number.
Phone number, yeah.
It's English number.
It's an English number.
No, Korean number.
No Korean
No Korean
number.
number. Okay, good. English number, please. And
Finish.
yeah. Okay, let's go. Thank you.
감사합니다.
Thank you very much. Amazing.
That was funny.
Lovely guys.
Did you see his colleague was laughing his socks off?
Because he was trying to talk English. Okay.
Oh, that
How
was so
exciting. First glimpse of North Korea in the distance, the mountains. That is North Korea. So now we're just going to try and find somewhere to park up to walk to the observation deck. Looks like we're going to get there. We haven't actually got exact directions, but we're heading where we think it is on the map, and we haven't seen any signposts because any signposts are in Korean, but we think we're heading in the right direction. $300 meters. I think we've got to try and get beyond here, but there aren't any roads, so I think these blue signs must be leading us to that place. Pretty sure. 100 meters and then we'll have to walk, I think. 100 meters that way. That's the same sign. Okay, so turn left.
Trudy, where are we taking you?
I don't know whether this...
North Korea over there.
That is North Korea. I think it must be here because there's a car park. 50 meters, yeah, it must be. Let's park up here and then we'll go and have a look.
I know that on the original plan we had South Korea, but I cannot actually believe we're here and we're going to see North Korea. Can you imagine that?
No. There you go, that is the island. That's where we got the bridge over, and we've driven along through here, and then we've walked up here, and that is where we are now. This is about as close to North Korea as we're gonna get. This Memorial Park Observatory, located on Gyeodong Island, is just 1.6 miles from North Korea. During the Korean War, thousands of people fled their homes and families in North Korea, and 20,000 of them settled here on Gyeodong Island. The small memorial park has displays of life during those troubled times, and hundreds of messages of peace are tied to the fence. The locals come here to get a glimpse of their past life, and hope one day that they will be able to finally return home. I never expected one day to drive and be able to say, that in the distance, that's North Korea.
집도 괜찮네. 좋은데?
아파트 이쁘네. I teach you strawberry. I drink. 이거 안 눌러.
Beautiful.
He's amazing.
A million tomorrow shall pass away.
We sat enjoying a coffee, listening to the music, and thinking how lucky we are to have the freedom to travel. So many people don't. Don't forget to subscribe, because you're not going to want to miss next week's video as we attempt to get our van loaded for shipping. Let's just say it didn't go according to plan.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
No!